Assalamu alaikum, dear learners. This is Muhyiddin Ahmed, English teacher, Milestone School and College, Sector 4 branch. I do believe you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. With the blessing of Him, I am also fine and proud for teaching you two different online classes. Like other days, today I am going to conduct a new class with new information for enhancing your knowledge level. Please join with me. Thank you. Dear learners, today our subject will be English and topic punctuations. Online class talk number 56. Dear students, please open your class of copy and write down the important information which will be helpful. Thank you. Review of the previous class. Our subject teacher in previous class he discussed about how to write a paragraph. Right now I am going to focus some important item of writing a paragraph. For writing a paragraph, there are some important idea or important thing we have to understand. First one is topic sentence. Second one, supporting idea. And third, adding details. Number 4, concluding sentence. These are the fundamental items that you can apply for writing any paragraph. So dear learner, in the next slide, we shall try to focus this key point for writing a paragraph. Writing a paragraph is easy. All you need to do is think of one main idea. Next, you need to write that main idea, which is called your topic sentence. The first one will be all you need to do is think of one main idea. Next, you need to write that main idea, which is called your topic sentence. After then you will write 3 or more sentences that support the main idea. So write down the 3 sentences for supporting the main idea or topic sentence. Finally, you need to have a sentence that summarizes the main idea. Before you finish, be sure that your paragraph is indented. You have good spelling and you have proper punctuations. Here indented mean proper arrangement. If you follow this step, you will have no problem writing a paragraph. So if you follow these steps, you can easily write down a complete paragraph. Declaration of the today's class. Our class will be what? So dear learners, please try to understand after observing one picture, and that is there are some sign here. There are signs, different kind of signs here. So can you give any information about this? Yes, thank you. Your idea is correct. Today our topic will be punctuations mark. What are punctuation marks? Punctuation marks, the marks used to clarify meaning by indicating separation of words into sentences and clause and phrase. So by using punctuation, we can separate words, clause and phrase instead of any long sentence or single sentence or small sentence. So punctuation is the very important. Without punctuation, we cannot express our meaning proper way. Another definition is any of a group of conventional marks or characters used in punctuation as the period, comma, semicolon, question mark, etc. These are the example of punctuation. These are the good example of punctuation. There are different type of punctuation. Among them, period, comma, colon, question mark, quotation marks, exclamation point, parenthesis, apostrophe. These are the very common punctuation in English grammar. So today we shall try to understand clearly about these punctuations. First one is full stop or period. Period or full stop. Full stop. The full stop is punctuation mark placed at the end of a sentence. At the end of the sentence. The main function of full stops or periods is to mark the end of a sentence. Though generally we can by applying full stop, our speech or sentence will be finished. So full stop is the ending point of any sentence or any speech. For example, my name is Noman Khan. My name is Noman Khan. Why do we use full stop? To end a sentence when it is a statement. Example, the dog sat beside the door. It is a statement. His master had not fed him for a week. So it is the statement. After first statement, there's a two statement here. There's two sentence here. First, after the first sentence, there's a full stop, and rest of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, there is also a full stop. To indicate an abbreviation, example ns, n, full stop, s, full stop, w, e, full stop, g, full stop, professor, full stop. So this is the example of abbreviation. In the next slides, we shall also give some example regarding this. Ending sentence, full stop are used to indicate the end of sentence which are not question or exclamation, which are not questions and exclamations. So after questions there is a sign, after the exclamation sentence there is also sign, but apart from this two sentence, we always complete any sentence by giving full stop. Full stops after initials. It is usual to use full stops after initials. For example, a full stop dot Mylan, George W. dot Bush, M. A. Jinnah. So these are the initials of any name. Here, George W. Bush, George Walker Bush. So W is the short form of the Walker. Okay, now abbreviations. A full stop is used after some abbreviations. For example, my name is Gabriel Gama Junior. Here by JR we can understand Junior. Now comma is the second most important punctuations in English grammar. I am a comma. I look just like a hook. Every time you see me, slow down and look. So this is the identification of the comma. Now the commas tells the reader to pause. The activities of comma tells the reader to pause. Indicate a brief pause. They are not as final as periods. Used inside the sentences. Helps us to see the structure and therefore the meaning of the sentence. There are some rules. Use a comma to separate words or items in a list. Example, she has two dogs, 3 cats, 1 bird. There are 3 items: dogs, cats, birds, and 5 fishes in her house. So there are a lot of items. By using comma, we can separate them. Number 2, number rule: use a comma to separate a city from its state. Example: I am from East Lansing, Michigan. Michigan is the state of United USA. So Lansing is the city of the Michigan state. Rule: use a comma to separate the day of the month from the year. Look at that. He was born on August 4th, 1990. So from year we can separate that day by using comma. Number Rule number 4: use a comma to separate two adjectives describing words when the word and can be inserted between them. Example: she was a young, beautiful dog. She was a young, beautiful dog. Look at that. Here, young and beautiful, there are two separate adjectives. So by using comma, we can separate them. When to use comma, there are some similar kind of information regarding. There are some several places we should use comma in second grade. Use a comma to separate words in a series. Use a comma to separate city and state. Use a comma to separate the day and year in a date. Use a comma after the greeting and closing in a friendly letter. So this is the sum up of comma. Now colon. This is the colon, the sign of colon. When to use a colon? Colon. The colon is used to introduce or call attention to the words that follow it. I repeat, the colon is used to introduce or call attention to the words that follow it. Examples: superheroes. Superheroes. There are different kind of superheroes. Um, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. These superheroes are very popular among the children. Superheroes. Using colons to extend a sentence. We can extend a sentence by using colon. You can use a colon to extend a sentence to expand on something previously mentioned in the sentence. I repeat, you can use a colon to extend a sentence to expand on something previously mentioned in the sentence, which you have mentioned in the previous. You just, by using colon, you can mention this. Another thing is that his success was due to one thing. Is the example of this explanation. His success was due to one thing: determination. Look at that. Each and everyone know about his success. So the determination, before determination, this punctuation is the appropriate. Think of colon as the language version of an equal sign. Generally, it is equal to the equal sign in the language version. Now semicolon. The main use is to combine two closely related semi-complete sentences. Its main use is to combine two closely related complete sentences. Basic rule: you can use a semicolon where you would otherwise use a comma with a small conjunction. So first line, the expression of the first line is that we can connect two sentences close the related, very related, close the two sentence by using semicolon. And the function of the semicolon is semicolon equivalent equal comma plus conjunction. By using comma and conjunction, we can assimilate with semicolon. So look at that. I am going home and I intended to stay there. Look at that here, comma and conjunction and these two things equal to semicolon. These two function similar to the semicolon. That is why we can omit comma and end by using semicolon. I am going home, semicolon. I intend to stay there. Another example, it rained heavily during the afternoon, but we managed to have our picnic anyway. And by using semicolon, we can omit comma and but. So the example will be, it rained heavily during the afternoon. We managed to have our picnic anyway. So this is the basic rule for semicolon. Now the question mark. Question mark is the difficult one, but someone say it is very easy. Right now we shall try to analyze where we can use question mark properly. The question mark is basically used at the end of sentences or phrase in which we are trying to get information. Interrogative sentence. So generally question mark we can use in the interrogative sentence. If we find any question mark, we no doubt it will be interrogative sentence. Uses at the end of WH and how interrogative sentence. Look at that. Who is your teacher? There is a question mark at the end of the sentence. How was your trip? Question mark. Why did you stop here? Question mark. Another rules here at the end of tag question. This is the very important tag question. You speak English, don't you? So dear student, do you know what is called tag question? Tag question means which we can join with anything. It is the tag. Tag means to join with anyone or anything. Suppose you speak English, don't you? We tag this question with you speak English. That is why it is tag question. We join the don't you question with you speak English sentence. I think you can easily understand this. Lisa is not here. Is she? Is she is the tag question. And I joined with Lisa is not here. The dog is brown. Right. A short tag question. So one thing is very interesting. If main sentence is the affirmative, our tag question is the negative. At the same time, if the main sentence is the negative, tag question is the affirmative. Another rule is use after rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions. What is the rhetorical question? A rhetorical question is one for which the questioner does not expect. Actually, a questioner does not expect something clearly. It's a rhetorical question, unexpected something. Maybe he can expect or he cannot. Who cares? Who cares? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So it is not a traditional interrogative question, because for making any interrogative question, we need auxiliary verb, but sometimes they use auxiliary verb, sometimes they do not use any auxiliary verb. So these are the rhetorical question type. Now this quotation marks. This quotation mark also important. Now we shall try to learn something regarding this. This is the sign of quotation mark. When we do use quotation mark, when we do use quotation mark, we use quotation marks to say exactly what someone said. In this case, we shall use this function. He would be later. John said. So whenever we say exact speech of the John, and it will be John said, I will be late. John said he would be late. John said he would be late. So exact sentence will be John said I will be late. Here I will be late is the exact speech of the John, original speech of the John. So in this case, by using this punctuation, we can say the exact speech of the person. Look at that, we can write down the speech after the speaker, or we can write down the speech before the speaker. Here, John said, John is before the I will be late, this sentence, but in this case, I will be late. So John said, a speaker will be after the sentence. Both are correct. Use quotation mark to indicate exact words spoken. So Mary asked, what time is it? So the exact, Mary asked, what time is it? I don't know, said Bill. Look at that, we can separate this punctuation with one comma. Before quotation mark, we use comma. And our main speech inside the quotation mark. What time is it? Asked Mary. So main speech inside the quotation mark. Now exclamation points are used. Look at that. These are the exclamation sign at the end of the exclamatory sentence after interjection. Now, please, there are some rules here. Please follow this. Rules for exclamation point. Use an exclamation point after exclamations to show delight, how, nice, catch. So these are the delight, joy, urgency, please help me, anger, drop dead, surprise, I can't believe it is you, I can't believe it is you, distress, oh no, this cannot be right, excitement, I got an A, I got an A, intensity, I love you, I hate you, loud noise, crash, loud noise, crash, strong commands, stop, don't move, stop, don't move. Generally, Army, Navy, Air Force, they use this type of sentence. Stop, don't move, strong command, used by armed forces agency. Exclamation point and exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence show great emotion. What a great game, what a great pity. Exclamation points and interjection. So these are also interjection. After interjection, we should also use exclamation point or exclamation sign. Not again. Super. Zoom. Bang. So this is the interjection sign. Apostrophe. Now we shall focus on apostrophe. An apostrophe is used to indicate the omission of a letter, or letters from a word. So by using apostrophe, we can omit some word. And uses of apostrophe, possessive apostrophe, teacher's table. That table is a belong to the teacher. Office chamber. Office chamber. So chamber belong to the office. The name belongs to the company. The table belongs to the teacher. Okay. The apostrophe is placed after the letter S in case noun is a plural. So for indicating any plural noun, generally we add S or ES after the main word. So in this case, for plural number, we use apostrophe after the S. Suppose workers, problems, students. So look at that problems. There are many problems. That is why uh, we use S and apostrophe after the S. Students after S there is apostrophe. Workers after S there is a apostrophe.
Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about punctuation. Punctuation is the name for specific kinds of marks used in writing. When you are speaking, you can use pauses or stops and change your tone of voice to help the listener understand. When you are writing, you can use punctuation to do the same thing. Punctuation can help us when we read to understand what is written correctly. Let's learn about some of the more common types of punctuation. First, let's talk about periods. A period is a dot that marks the end of a sentence. Periods are the most common way to end a sentence because they are used to end any sentence that isn't a question or an exclamation. An exclamation will end with an exclamation point. Exclamation points are used to show strong feelings, like excitement, or show that something is being said loudly. Question marks are easy to understand. They belong at the end of questions. Anytime you have a question, you end it with a question mark. Got it? Commas can be used in many places. They are used to indicate a pause. Let's see some of the places a comma should be used. Commas should be used to separate 3 or more items in a list. They are also used to separate compound sentences, 2 complete sentences connected by a conjunction like and, but, and or. Commas are used after introductory words, clauses, or phrases to set them apart from the main sentence. You should also use commas to separate the name of a city from its country or state, and to set apart the day of the week or month when writing a date. Finally, commas are used to separate quotations from the rest of a sentence. A quotation is something that someone else has said or written. Quotation marks are used at the beginning and end of a sentence or phrase to show that it is being written exactly the way it was written or said originally. The last punctuation mark we are going to talk about today is the apostrophe. Apostrophes can be used in a contraction to show that there are missing letters. Apostrophes are also used to show possession, or that something belongs to someone. There are still more types of punctuation to learn about, but I hope this helped you to understand how to use basic punctuation marks. Goodbye till next time.
So now dear learner, homework. Our homework will be, please learn the exercise from the Navodaya book and write down in your class of copy. And you can also write down as homework, but it is only learning homework. Thank you. I hope you have learned some new information and idea from this class. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.